Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to my YouTube channel Calculus and Mathematics Learning. In the previous video we learned and studied MCQs related with Academy series related with chapter number 1 function and limits second year mathematics. In today's video I am going to solve the ETEA MCQs of 2020 of engineering test mathematics portion. So let's move toward MCQ number 1 of 2020 ETEA mathematics portion. It tells that find the value of 3 sin A minus sin 3A. Option A is 4 sin A, B is 4 cos cube A, C is 4 cos A, and the last option is 4 sin cube A. So let's move towards the solution of this problem in MCQs number 1. We know that in trigonometry of second year mathematics we learned the two formulas. First formula is sin 3a, which is equal to the 3 sin a and minus 4 sin cube a. This is the first formula which is learned in the second year mathematics trigonometry section. The second formula was cos of 3a will be equal to the 4 cos cube a and minus 3 times of cos a. But here we have sin 3a, not cos 3a. We will use this formula. So we are going to find the value of 3 sin A and minus time of sin 3A. After this 3 sin A minus time of, we will bring a bracket over here because here is minus sign. Sin 3A is equal to 3 sin A, so put over here 3 sin A and minus 4 sin cube A. After this simplify it, it becomes 3 sin A minus 3 sin A. It becomes minus 3 sin A, and after this minus we multiply with this minus. So remember, when minus is multiplied with minus, it gives us plus 4 sin cube A. So after this you know that 3 sin A minus 3 sin A, these are the additive inverse of each other, so they will cancel out with each other. We are just left with 4 sin cube A. 4 sin cube A. So our required result is 4 sin cube A, so the correct option is option number D. Now moves toward MCQ number 2. It tells that if f of x is a constant function, then what will be the slope of its tangent line? Option A is a constant, B is 1, and C option is 0, and the last option is undefined. Move towards the solution of this MCQ number 2. Let's suppose we supposed to be taken f of x is equal to 2. So let's suppose this is a constant function. Constant function are those functions in which we use a constant number, just like 2 is a constant number. So remember, slope of a tangent line is actually equal to the derivative of a function. Slope of tangent line is called derivative or differentiation. So here f of x, let's suppose it is equal to y, and here it is equal to 2. So after this, taking the derivative of both sides, so dy by dx will be equal to the derivative with respect to x of two constant functions. So dy by dx is actually equal to the slope represented by a small m is equal to derivative of a constant function is equal to 0. So it means that the correct option is option number C. Now move toward MCQ number 3. It tells that equation of tangent line to the curve x square plus y square is equal to 16 at a point minus 2, 3 is. There are 5 options are given, and that is that find the equation of tangent line to the given curve at the given point. So move towards the solution of the given problem and a given MCQ. We have a curve given x square plus y square is equal to 16, and this curve lying at a point minus 2, 3. So here the point will be phi1. Let's suppose minus 2, 3 are given. Let's suppose this is x1 and this is y1. So we are going to find the derivative of a given curve. So differentiating both sides with respect to x, so dy by dx by of x square, and also taking the derivative of y square with respect to x. So y square will be equal to derivative with respect to x of a constant 16. So here we will apply the generalized power rule. So the derivative of x square is 2x, and here the derivative of y square will be 2y, but here y is an inner function, so it becomes dy by dx, and here is equal to derivative of a constant is 16. After this, shift 2x to the right hand side, it becomes 2y dy by dx is equal to minus 2x. So our whole derivative will become minus x divided by y. Let's suppose this is our given slope. How can we find the given slope? We will just put the value of x and y. Our x value is minus 2, so put minus 2 over here. It becomes minus time of minus 2 divided by our y is 3. So it becomes 2 divided by minus time of x is minus 2, so 2 divided by y is 3. So our given slope is 2 by 3. Now we know that we have equation y is equal to mx plus c. Here we have a y is equal to 3, so put 3 over here. It is equal to m time of x. M is a slope which is 2 over 3. 2 over 3 multiply x. So x is given which is minus 2, and here is a plus c. So 2 divided by 3x is minus 2. Now after simplification it becomes 3. Here it becomes minus 4 divided by 3. So by shifting to the left hand side it becomes plus 4 divided by 3 is equal to a constant. Now multiplying and dividing 3 over here, it becomes c is equal to 3 multiplied 3 gives us 9, and 9 plus 4 gives us 13 divided by 3. This is the constant. Now we can find the equation of tangent line easily by putting the values in this equation. Y is equal to mx plus c. So by putting the value it becomes y is equal to m is the slope which is 2 by 3 multiply x. So 2x by 3 plus a constant is 13 divided by 3. Multiplying 3 to the both sides it becomes 3y is equal to 2x plus 13. So this is the equation. Now after this shift 2x plus 13 to the left hand side. Here if we look in the option we have 2x. So we will shift it to the left hand side. It becomes 3y minus 2x minus 13 is equal to 0. So this is the equation of tangent line. So we will look in the option. In this option we have 3x. Here we have 3y. And we have also a 2x, and here is 2x. So 2x option are this 2x. And here we have 3y, and here we have 3y. So 3y and minus 2x plus 2x. It means that none of the option is correct. Our correct option will be option number E, none. Now move toward MCQ number 4. It tells that the vector function g of t is equal to sin ti plus mod of tj plus t plus 3k is differentiable at option A is t is equal to 0, B is t not equal to 0, C option is t greater than or equal to 0, and the last option is t less than or equal to 0. So move toward the solution of the given vector function. We have a vector function given g of t is equal to sin ti and plus or t absolute j, and after this plus or t plus 3 and k. So you know that when let's suppose this is a vector function sin ti plus t mod j. So when there is no operation, it means that the function will be continuous. So it means that for continuity there is no need to the function will be in operation form. Here that sin ti and plus t mod j, this is not in operation, so it means that these both are continuous. Sin ti is continuous while t mod is not continuous. Why? Because the derivative of sin ti is cos of t time of I, while the derivative of absolute function is the given function divided by its mod. And after this the derivative of t plus 3 is actually the derivative of t is 1 and the derivative of a constant is 0. So it means that if we put 0 over here, so it means that this function will move towards infinity. So it means that this function is not continuous, this is discontinuous. This function is discontinuous because this is in fraction form, and here these two functions are continuous because they are not in fraction, continuous function. But they are talking about differentiable. The vector function is differentiable at. So here this function is continuous at t is equal to 0, except this function t divided by mod of t. But this function is differentiable for all real values of t except not equal to 0, because at t it goes toward infinity and all the values except 0 will be actually our solution. So the correct option in this MCQ number 4 is option number B. Now move toward MCQ number 5. It tells that find the value of integral of upper limit is pi and the lower limit is negative pi, and find the value of cos x dx. First option is 2 pi, B is 0, C is 1, and the last option is 2. So move toward a solution of this problem of integration. Upper limit is pi, lower limit is negative pi, and we are going to find the value of cos x dx. Remember, according to the King theorem, when the limit are same, let's suppose the limit are a and a, but they are opposite, positive and negative. And we have a even function come over here inside the integrand. Here this is cos x, an even function. We already learned in the previous exercise that cos x is an even function. So when even function comes over here, so this will be equal to the 2 pi or 2 times of integral of upper limit will be a and the lower limit will be 0. And we will integrate the given function, which is even function. So using the same formula over here, this will be equal to this is because this is an even function and the limit are opposite to each other and are same. So it will be equal to the 2 times of integral of upper limit will be same, which is pi in this case, and the lower limit will become 0. And after this, we will integrate the given function, which is cos x dx. After this, it will become 2 times of integral of cos x is equal to the sin x, and we will apply the limit, which is pi and 0, pi and 0. So after this, it will become 2 times of inside sin time of x. So x is actually equal to the pi, so sin time of pi and minus time of sin time of x is 0. So after this, it will become sin phi is equal to sin 180, and sin 180 is equal to 0. 0 minus 0 will give us 0, and 0 multiplied 2 will give us a value 0. So the correct option is option number B. Now move toward MCQ number 6. So it tells that minus cotangent x plus constant of integration. It is the antiderivative of antiderivative means it is the integration of cosecant square x, secant x cotangent x, secant square x, and the last option is cosecant x cotangent x. So move towards the solution of the given problem. Minus cotangent x is the antiderivative. It is the integration of cosecant square x, because we know that integral of cosecant square x dx will be. We know that the derivative of a function cotangent x, it is equal to the minus cosecant square x. So shift this negative toward this side, it becomes minus cotangent x is equal to cosecant square x. So you know that integration is the opposite phenomena of integration. So the derivative, so cosecant square x integral will be the negative cotangent x. So minus cotangent x is the antiderivative of a cosecant square x. So it means the integration of cosecant square is negative cotangent x. So it means the correct option is cosecant square x. Now move toward MCQ number 7. It tells the distance of origin from the point xy will be option A is under root of x plus y, B is x, C is y, and the last option D is under root of x square plus y square. So move towards the solution of question number and MCQs number 7. Let's suppose this is a line. Let's suppose this is point 1 phi1, and let's suppose this is point phi2. And let's suppose this is the origin, which is, let's suppose P3. So let's suppose this is P3 is the origin, which is 0, 0. Let's suppose I considered is a x3, and let's suppose this is considered to be y3. And they tell that distance of the origin from the point. Let's suppose the point that they tells about, are they speaking about it? Let's suppose this is P2. I talking about this. So let's suppose this is x2 and this is y2. And that is that find the distance in between these 2 points. So using distance formula, which tells that under root of this point minus this point, which is x3 whole square, plus y2, let's suppose this is y2, and minus time of y3 whole square will be equal to the distance. So after this x2 is let's suppose given, which is x2 minus time of x3 is 0 whole square, plus y2, let's suppose this is y2, and after this minus time of y3 is 0 whole square, and under root is equal to the absolute of d. Why I took absolute over here? Because distance is actually always positive. That's why absolute function gives us a positive original function. That's why I took absolute over here. It gives us x2 whole square, and plus y2 whole square. So after this, they tell that these points are not x to y2. They tell that this is x and y. So we will put xy over here. So let's suppose this is x square and this is y. So y and square, and under the root is equal to d. So our distance is under root x square plus y square. Correct option is option number D. Now move toward MCQ number 8. It tells that a line qx plus ry plus t is equal to 0 will touch a circle x square plus y square is equal to a square only when we have a poor condition given in the options. So let's move towards solution of this MCQ number 8. We have a line given qx plus ry plus t is equal to 0, and we have a circle given x square plus y square is equal to a square. So from this line, let's suppose I take y, so it becomes ry is equal to shift minus qx to the right hand side, it becomes minus qx, and it becomes minus t. Now take y common, so it becomes y is equal to minus time, or take minus common, it becomes qx plus t divided by r. Let's suppose this is y. So put y in this equation, in the circle equation, it becomes x square plus y square, which is equal to the minus time of qx and plus t divided by r and whole square is equal to a square. So x square plus y is minus qx plus t over r whole square is equal to a square. After this, it becomes x square plus here minus square will give us a plus, so it becomes a plus b whole square. So a square and plus of b square plus 2 times of a and b. A and b 2q x and t divided by r square and is equal to a square. Now multiplying r square to the both sides, it becomes r square x square plus q square x square plus t square plus 2qtx is equal to a square r square. After this, take out x square common from over here, it becomes r square and plus q square, and plus here it becomes 2qtx and plus t square. Shift a square r square to the left hand side, it becomes minus a square r square is equal to 0. Now, as a line will touch a circle only with the discriminant of the given quadratic equation. This is a quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So the line will touch a circle if the discriminant is equal to 0, which is b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. So solving over here, b is 2qt whole square minus 4 times of a is r square plus q square, r square plus q square, and multiply c is minus t square minus a square r square, t square minus a square r square is equal to 0. So by solving, it becomes 2qt whole square gives us 4q square and t square minus 4 times of r square multiply t square gives us r square t square, r square multiply minus a square r square gives us minus a square r power 4. After this plus q square t square, and after this minus a square q square r square, q square a square r square is equal to 0. After this, it becomes 4q square t square minus 4 r square t square plus 4a square and r power 4 minus 4 multiply q square t square gives us minus 4q square t square minus 4 and minus q square a square r square will give us plus 4 times of q square a square r square is equal to 0. So after this, if we look over here, 4k square q square t square will cancel out with negative 4q square t square, and after this we have find minus 4 r square t square shifted to the right hand side, it becomes 4a square r power 4 will be equal to the plus 4 q square a square r square, and shift minus 4t square r square t square to the right hand side. Divide both sides with r square, it becomes 4a square r square and plus 4q square and a square is equal to 4t square. After this, 4 will also cancel out with each other, so 4 will cancel out with each other. After this, take under root on the both sides, and also take out a square common from over here, a square, so it becomes a square r square plus q square, and take out under root is equal to under root t square. So the value of t is equal to under root a square will cancel out with under root, so a will comes up from under root, so plus minus a, and inside we are left with r square plus k square. So this is the condition, t is equal to plus minus a under root of r square plus k square. So option B is the correct option. Now move toward MCQ's number 9. It tells that if a k is equal to b k plus 1 minus b base is k, then what will be the value of summation of from k is equal to 1 to 12, find the value of a and the base is k. So 4 options are given. Move towards solution of this MCQ's number 9. Taking the given, which is we are going to find summation k is equal to 1 to 12, find the value of a to k. From k is equal to 1 to 12 means that we will put the values to 12. So 12 is the last term, so we will put the last term over here. So it means that k is 12, so put 12 over here. So we are going to find the value of a 12. So put 12 over here, so it becomes a 12 is equal to b time of k is 12, so 12 plus 1 gives us 13 minus b time of k is 12. So the value of a 12 which we are going to find is equal to b13 minus b12. So the correct option is option number A. Now move toward MCQ number 10. It tells that when a is equal to 37, b is 25, c is 65 are the length of sides of a triangle ABC, then solution of the triangle can be handled by cosine law, sine law, Hero's law, no rules. Remember, when the three sides are given, let's suppose ABC are given. So it is, let's suppose S will be equal to the A plus B plus C divided by 2. So this formula we will find the S. So when the three sides are given, we can find the area of a triangle using the hero formula, which is equal to S time of S minus A, S minus B and S minus C whole under the root. S can be found from this formula and ABC are given. So to the hero formula we can find the area of a triangle by putting ABC over here and S square, which can be found from this formula. So the correct option is option C, hero formula. Now after this we move toward MCQ number 11. That tells that what will be the value of cos inverse. So inside the function is negative x. So option are cos inverse 1 over x, pi by 2 minus sin inverse x, pi minus cos inverse x, and cos inverse x. So let's suppose this is the argent plane. This is positive x-axis, this is negative positive y-axis, this is negative x-axis, and this is negative y-axis. Cos is positive in the first quadrant, in the fourth quadrant they are positive, in the second and the third they are negative. They are talking about cos inverse negative x. So they are negative, so it means that we will look in the second quadrant. So in the second quadrant we have a total angle of pi, which is total angle of 180, which is equal to pi. So we will subtract the given angle, which is actually cos inverse x. So we will subtract cos inverse x from the pi. We will take the given angle. So the correct option will be option C. If here we have a sin inverse x, let's suppose sin inverse x. So you know that sin is positive in the first two quadrants, second quadrant and the third quadrant, and they are negative in the third and fourth. Then we will, here we have a total angle of 180 and plus 270. Here we have a total angle of 3 pi by 2. So here we will then add 3 pi by 2 with the sin inverse x, and here we will add pi by 2 with the sin inverse x. But here we are talking about cos, so the correct option will be pi minus cos inverse x, option number C. Now move toward MCQ number 12. It tells that the directrix of the parabola x square is equal to negative 4ay will be either x plus 2 is equal to 0, either x minus 2 is equal to 0, either y plus 2 is equal to 0, or either y minus 2 is equal to 0. So before moving towards the solution, you have to know one thing about parabola, that either the parabola it is along x-axis or either it is along y-axis. We will look on the right hand side. Here it is y-axis, so it means that the parabola is along y-axis. But here it is negative, so it means that the parabola is moved toward along negative y-axis. So it means that the parabola will be just like this, because here the y-axis is negative and the y-axis is positive. Over here it is negative, so it means that it will bend towards a negative y-axis. After this, we shall talk about the directrix of the parabola x square is equal to negative 4y. So if we have a parabola which is positive x square is equal to 4ay, so for this type of parabola we will be a directrix just like y will be equal to the negative time of a. And if the parabola is equal to the x square is equal to 4ay or negative 4ay, so we will have a directrix equation will be x is equal to or y is equal to, because here it is along x-axis we will take y. So y will be equal to the positive a, and here for the positive we will take negative, and for the negative we will take y. But here they are talking about negative, we will take this condition. So y will be equal to the a. A is actually equal to the directrix of the parabola x square is equal to 4ay. So here let's suppose this is 8ay, not 4ay. So we comparing with the x square is equal to 4ay. This equation comparing with x square is equal to negative 8y. So our 4a will be equal to negative 8. So it means that our a will be negative 2. So by putting negative 2 over here, it means that y is equal to negative 2. So negative 2 shift to the left hand side, it becomes y plus 2 is equal to 0. So our required equation is option number C. This is the directrix of the parabola. Now move toward MCQ number 13. It tells that the rational function f of xy is equal to root y plus root x over y plus x is a homogeneous function of degree 1, 1 over 2, negative 1 or negative 1 over 2. So move towards the solution. A function, let's suppose a function will be a homogeneous function of a nth degree if we have a lambda time of f of lambda x and lambda y is equal to the lambda power n and original function f of xy. If the function satisfies this condition, then the function will be the homogeneous function. So let's suppose we have a function f of xy is equal to root y and plus of root x divided by y plus x is given. So here in the given condition we have lambda x and lambda y in place of x and y. So replace x with lambda x and y with lambda y. So it becomes lambda x and lambda y will be equal to the lambda x lambda y plus of lambda x divided by lambda y and plus of lambda x. In the numerator take out lambda x and lambda y. In the numerator take out lambda y common, lambda under root lambda common. So inside we are left with lambda y and plus here lambda under root lambda is common. So we are left with under root of x. So in the numerator take out lambda common, we are left with y and plus xo. After this it becomes f of lambda xo and lambda y is equal to the under root of lambda. It can be written as lambda power 1 over 2, and here the lambda power is 1, so by moving in the numerator it becomes negative 1. So power 1 over 2 here, and here it is 1, so by moving it becomes minus 1. And here this is the original function, under root y plus under root x, so divided by y plus x is the original function f of xy. After this, so f of lambda x and lambda y will be equal to the lambda power 1 over 2 minus 1 gives us power minus 1 over 2, and original function f of x y. So here the definition tells that if f of lambda x and lambda y will be equal to the lambda power n, and the function original function f of xy, so n will be actually the homogeneous function of the degree. It will be the degree of the homogeneous function, which is negative 1 over 2. So it means that the degree is negative 1 over 2. So the correct option is option D. Now move toward MCQ number 14. It tells that the accuracy of approximation in the numerical integration can be improved by using rectangles, squares, trapezoid, and parabolic arc. So for the MCQ number 14, the answer is parabolic arc, option D. We will not use trapezoid, squares, rectangle. We will use the parabolic arc for the second degree polynomial and the Simpson rule for finding the accuracy of approximation of area of the actual area in the interval AB in the numerical integration. So the correct option is parabolic arc, option number D. Now move towards the MCQ number 15. It tells that angle between pair of line represented by x square plus 2hxy minus y square is equal to 0 will be pi by 6, pi by 30, pi by 2 and 0 degree. So let's move toward the solution of MCQ number 15. Taking the given equation x square plus 2hxy and minus y square is equal to 0. Comparing with the form of ax square plus 2hxy plus y square is equal to 0. Here it is b square, ax square plus 2hxy plus y square plus by square, ax square plus 2hxy plus by square. So here the x square coefficient is 1, so it means the value of a is 1. After this, the value of 2h is here 2ho. Here it is 2hxy minus y square, x square plus 2hxy minus y square, and here it is 2hxy. So it means that the value of h will be equal to 1. So after this, the value of b is equal to negative 1. So remember, when a plus b is equal to 0, here the value of a is 1 and the value of b is equal to negative 1. When 1 minus 1 gives us 0, so when they are equal to 0, the two lines are the lines, pair of lines will be perpendicular to each other, because we have a formula for the angle tangent theta is equal to 2 times of h square minus ab divided by a plus b. So here when it is equal to 0, so something divided by 0 gives us infinity. So tangent theta is equal to infinity, and tangent theta is only gives us infinity when the angle is equal to 90 or perpendicular. So angle 90 is equal to pi by 2. Why? Because pi is equal to 180 and 180 by 2 gives us angle 90. So the correct option is option number C. Now move toward MCQ number 16. It tells that when a conjugate of a complex lies in the third quadrant, then the complex number will lies in. So move towards a solution of this problem. Let's suppose we have a complex number represented by z is equal to x plus iota y. So that tells that when a conjugate of a complex lies in third quadrant, so the conjugate of this number will be, so remember in conjugate the iota sign is changes while the real number sign doesn't change. X is a real, so its sign doesn't change, while the sign of iota imaginary number will change, so it becomes minus iota y. So this is the conjugate. But that tells that when the conjugate of a complex lies in third quadrant, so you know that in third quadrant we have both x-axis and y-axis are negative. Here x is negative and y is negative. This is third quadrant, so it means that in the third quadrant we have x always also negative and iota y is also negative. And that tells that these when a conjugate of a complex lies third quadrant, and that tells that this is the conjugate which is lies in the third quadrant. So that tells that what will be the complex number, and that complex number will lies in which quadrant, either quadrant number 1, quadrant number 2, quadrant number 3 and quadrant number 4. So if we talk about it's a complex number, so the complex number will be minus x plus iota y. Why? Because if we take the modulus or the conjugate of this complex number. Again, it will give us z bar is equal to minus x and minus iota y. So it means that the iota sign over here is changes in the complex number, and the real sign is again comes with the same. So it means that this is our complex number. Here the x-axis is negative and y-axis is positive. So it means that the complex number will lies in the second quadrant. So it means that the correct option for the MCQ number 16 is option number B. Now move toward the MCQ number 17. It tells that a projection of a vector A on itself is option A is absolute A or modulus A, option B is 1, and option C is absolute or modulus of A cos theta, and the last option is not possible. So move towards a solution of MCQ number 17. For the projection of a two vector, we have a formula that projection is equal to dot product of two vector. Let we have a two vector A and B, so it's dot product divided by magnitude of B, or we can also write it A dot B divided by A magnitude. But here they are talking about the same vector, so we will consider the two vectors same. So first vector is A and the second vector is also A, so it means that A dot A divided by B magnitude will also be A. So remember, when same vector we multiply our cross product, we can take the cross product with the second vector, the same vector. It gives us the vector A magnitude whole square divided by magnitude of A. So it will give us A magnitude. So the correct option is option number A. Now move toward MCQ number 18. It tells that the determinant of a skew symmetric matrix will always be option A is 0, option B is 1, and option C is real number, and the last option is minus 1. So move towards a solution of this MCQ number 18. Remember, the skew symmetric definition is just like this, that the transpose of the given matrix, let's suppose we have a matrix A, that the transpose of the given matrix will be equal to the negative time of the original matrix. Now I am taking the determinant to the both sides. It becomes determinant of A power transpose will be equal to the negative time of determinant of A. So after this, it will give a formula just like minus 1 power n. So using this formula, we have two conditions. First, for odd condition for odd number, and the second condition is for an even number. So remember, for an odd condition, we will have, let's suppose I put 1 over here. So it will give us a determinant A determinant minus 1 power 1, and minus 1 power n is equal to determinant of A. So after this, it will give us a negative determinant A is equal to the determinant A. So by simplifying, it will give us a determinant of a matrix will be equal to the 0. This is for an odd condition. And for an even condition, it will does not give the specific number. So it means that it will give us a 0, negative, positive. It means that it gives us each and every positive, negative, and 0 real number. So it means that the correct option will be a real number, option number C. Now move toward MCQ number 19. It tells that a line segment joining midpoints of consecutive sides of any quadrilateral determines option A is rectangle, B is square, C is parallelogram, and D is cube. Again, look at MCQ number 19. A line segment joining midpoint of a consecutive sides of any quadrilateral determine a square. Square is just like this, that all sides of this type of quadrilateral will be equal. So it means that the line segment joining midpoint of a consecutive sides of any quadrilateral determine a square, because we have draw any diagonal in the square. In case of a rectangle, the diagonal is not very interesting, just like a square. So the correct option is option number B. Move toward MCQ number 20. It tells that the relation A dot A absolute power 1 over 2 will be equal to the absolute of A. This will be holds true for just equal vector. So the correct option is equal vector. Now move toward MCQ number 21. It tells that the sum of a first 300 odd negative integers are minus 6,000, minus 90,000, minus 9,000, minus 60,000, and the last option is none. Move towards the solution of this problem. This problem is related with arithmetic sequences. So the sum of first 300 negative odd integer. So let's suppose the sum of first 300 odd negative integer minus 1, and it talk about odd, so we will suppose to be 3 negative odd. So minus 3, minus 5, and it will move towards negative 2. It will move towards minus 299 is the last odd negative integer up to 300. The sum of first 300 odd negative integer will be. So this is the sequence. Now we are going to find the sum of this sequence. So first we are going to find the difference in between the two numbers. So let's suppose this is minus 3 and find the difference in between minus 1 and minus 3. So the difference will be minus 3 minus time of minus 1. So the difference will be minus 3 and plus 1. So the difference is minus 2. After this the first term is equal to minus 1. And after this the last term of the sequence is minus 2, 9, 9. Now after this we are going to find the sum of the first 300 odd negative integer. The sum of first 300 odd negative integer. So after this sum of 300 odd negative integer will be n divided by 2 into a1 and plus an. After this here we are going to find the last number. Here we are not find out the last number. We will find out by the formula an is equal to a1 plus n minus 1 into d. After this an will be equal to the n will be put here 300 because they are talking about 300. So a 300 will be equal to a1 plus 300 minus 1 gives us 299 and d. So after this a1 is minus 1 and plus 299 to minus 1 minus 3 minus 5 and goes up to, this is not the last term. The last term we cannot find out yet. So minus plus 299 and d is the common difference which is minus 2. So 299 multiply 2 gives us 18 and 19 and after this 598. So minus 1 and here we have minus 598. So the last term an is equal to minus 5 minus 98 and minus 1 minus 599. So here the last term is minus 599. After this I am going to find their sum. So S300 will be equal to n over 2 a1 plus an. So 300 divided by 2 gives us 150. Multiply a1. a1 is the first term which is minus 1 and plus minus 1 is the first term, a1 plus an is the last term which is minus 599. So it becomes plus minus 599. After this it becomes 150. Multiply minus 1 minus 599 gives us minus 600. Now 6 multiply 15, it gives us a value 90. It gives us a value 90. 15 multiplies it gives us 90. Here is a minus sign, so minus 90. And after this we have another 3 1 2 3. So 1 2 and 3. So the last term or the sum of the first 300 odd negative integer is minus 90,000. So the correct option is option number B. Now move toward MCQ number 22. It tells that if there are 4 geometric means between A and B, then what will be the value of geometric mean 1, geometric 2, geometric 3, geometric 4, power 3 over 4. Option A is G, option B is G power 4, option C is G power 3 and the last option is G power 12. This is that G power 14, this is G power 12. So move towards a solution that tells that there are 4 geometric means between A and B. So we consider the same geometric mean, these 4 geometric mean the same. So it becomes G dot G dot G dot G and the power is 3 divided by 4. So after this there are 4 geometric means, so it becomes G power 4 and the power is 3 divided by 4. This 4 will cancel out with this 4, so we are left with G power 3. So our answer will be G power 3. Correct option is option C. Now move toward MCQ number 23. It tells that the derivative of cos A divided by cotangent x with respect to x will be, there are 4 options given. Move towards the solution of MCQ number 23. We have a function given. Let's suppose the function is cos A divided by a cotangent x is given. And another function is given. Let's suppose f of h or let's suppose g of x. So let's suppose g of x is equal to x. That tells that find the derivative of this function with respect to the second function g of x. So the derivative, let's suppose f prime of x is equal to, this is derivative, f prime of x means the derivative will be, here cos A is a constant function. So when a constant function come with the same function, let's suppose we have a and f of x and someone tell you that find the derivative of this function. So in this type of derivative we take out the constant common and take the derivative of the inner function. Here we will apply the same logic. We will take the derivative of 1 over cotangent x and cos A is a constant, A is a constant. Over here we will take out cos A common. So by taking out cos A common, we will take 1 over cotangent x is equal to tangent x. So the derivative of tangent x, you know that here it is cos A and the derivative of tangent x is secant square x. So this is the whole derivative. Why we cannot take the derivative of cos A? Because here is a constant. It will make the whole function 0. That's why I cannot take the derivative of cos A. And here the derivative of g prime of x will be equal to the derivative of x is 1. And that is that divide this first derivative by the second. So it will give us cos A secant square A. So the correct option is option A. Now move toward MCQs number 24. It tells that find the value of cos of 12 theta. There are 4 option givens. So move towards solution of MCQs number 24. Remember in class 12 mathematics we learn a formula that cos of 3 theta will always be equal to the 4 cos cube theta and minus 3 times of cos theta. This formula we learned in the second year mathematics, but here we have not here we have cos theta in the formula. In the question we have not cos 3 theta. How can we make cos 12 theta this equation? We will just multiply 4 inside the 3, so it becomes a cos of 3 multiply 4 times of theta. So it means that we will replace theta with 4. So 4 cos cube replace theta with 4 theta and minus 3 times of cos 4 theta. So it becomes a cos of 3 multiply 4 gives us cos 12 theta is equal to 4 cos cube 4 theta and minus 3 cos 4 theta. So this is the required answer to MCQ number 24. 4 cos cube 4 theta and minus 3 cos of 4 theta. Option B is the right option. Now move toward MCQ number 25. It tells that if secant theta is equal to minus 2 divided by root 3 and theta lies in the third quadrant, then what will be the value of cosecant theta? That tells that the given theta lies in the third quadrant. So in third quadrant we have tangent theta and their reciprocal cotangent theta is positive. And that tells that secant theta. So secant theta lies negative in this quadrant. Secant theta is negative. And cosecant theta, here we are going to find the cosecant theta. So cosecant theta is also negative in this quadrant. Cosecant theta is positive just in the second quadrant in the first two. Here cosecant is positive, but they are talking that it is lie in the third quadrant. It means that cosecant is negative in the third quadrant. So it means that option A is option C is wrong. Why? Because it is negative in the third quadrant. So our option will either be E or either D. So move towards solution of MCQs number 25. Secant theta is equal to minus 2 divided by root 3. After this we know that cos theta is the reciprocal of this secant theta. So it means that 1 over secant theta is minus 2 divided by root 3. So cos theta will become minus under root 3 divided by 2. Now we can easily find the sin theta by using the formula sin square theta is equal to 1 minus cos square theta. So it becomes a sin theta will be equal to the under root of 1 minus cos theta whole square. So it whole square will give us 3 divided by 4. So it gives us 4 divided by 4. It gives us 1 over root 1 over 4. So the value of sin theta will be equal to 1 divided by 2. Now we are interested in cosecant theta. So cosecant theta is equal to the 1 over sin theta. So it is equal to 1 over sin theta is 1 over 2, negative 1 over 2, because it is negative in the third. So it becomes 1 over 2 will goes to numerator, it becomes negative 2. So the correct option will be option number D. Now move toward MCQ number 26. So it tells that if ABC are the sides of a triangle ABC, then what will be the value of A minus B plus C? 4 options are given. So move towards a solution of this MCQ number 26. You know that we already learned in the previous video that S will be equal to the A plus B plus C divided by 2. This is for the triangle ABC. Now move to 2 to the left hand side. It becomes 2 times of S is equal to A plus B and plus C. Here we are going to find the value of A minus B plus C. How can we make this B minus B? It will be make minus B by adding minus 2B to the both side. So by adding 2 minus 2B to the both side, it becomes 2S minus 2B. A plus B plus minus 2B. A plus B and add minus 2B and plus C. A plus B plus C comes down the same, and we add minus 2B on the right hand side and also on the left hand side. So taking 2 common from here, it becomes 2 times of S minus B is equal to, here it becomes A and plus B minus 2B gives us minus B, and here is plus C. So A minus B plus C is equal to 2 times of S minus B. So this is the right option, 2 times of S minus B. Correct option is option B. Now move toward MCQ number 27. It tells that find the value of tangent inverse 1 over x plus tangent inverse x. So move towards solution. Remember that tangent inverse of a plus b is always equal to the tangent inverse of a and plus or tangent inverse b over 1 minus tangent a and tangent b. Using this formula, it becomes a tangent inverse of 1 over x plus tangent inverse of x is equal to the tangent 1 over x and plus tangent of x divided by 1 minus tangent x and tangent 1 over x. Here they are multiplied with each other, so it becomes a tangent time of 1 over x will multiply with x. So it will give us a value tangent 1 over x, tangent inverse 1 over x plus tangent inverse x divided by 1 minus it will give us tangent inverse 1 and tangent inverse tangent 5 by 4 and tangent pi by 4 is equal to 1, and 1 minus 1 gives us 0 and something divided by 0 gives us infinity, and tangent is infinity only when the angle is 90, and angle 90 is equal to pi by 2, so the pi by 2, so the correct option is option number D. Now move toward MCQs number 28. It tells that limit x approaches to a, find the value of root x minus root a over x minus a. Move toward solution. Taking the given limit x approaches to a and root x minus root a divided by x minus a. By putting directly the value of x a over here, it will give us indeterminate 0 by 0 form. We will rationalize it first directly. So the rationalization, we will multiply and divide the conjugate of root x minus root a. The conjugate of root x plus root a, multiply and divide with it root x plus root a. Here is the formula a minus b multiply a plus b, which is equal to the a square minus time of b square divided by x minus a multiply root x and plus root a. And here limit x approaches to a, it will give us a value x minus a, the numerator cancel out with each other, x minus a divided by x minus a multiply root x and plus root a. They will cancel out with each other. We are left with limit x approaches to a 1 over root x and plus root of a. Now applying the limit, it will becomes 1 over root x, x is a, so it becomes root a plus root a. It will give us 1 over 2 root a. This is the answer. So the correct option is 1 over 2 root a, option number D. Now move toward MCQ number 29. The product of a complex number with its multiplicative inverse produces 4 options 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1 and 1, 0. Move toward solution. Let's suppose we have a complex number represented by z is equal to x plus iota y or a plus iota b. Let's suppose a plus iota b is a complex number with a real part a and a imaginary part b. That is that the product of complex number, this complex number with its multiplicative inverse. How can we find the multiplicative inverse of let's suppose this z will be equal to the a divided by a square plus b square minus b divided by a square and plus b square. This is the formula. After this it will become a minus b iota divided by a square plus b square if we add this multiplicative inverse. Now that is that the product of this complex number a plus b iota with this number a minus b iota divided by a square plus b square. So it will give us a multiply a gives us a square according to the formula a plus b into a minus b gives us a square minus time of b square. B is, let's suppose, b iota, so b square divided by a square plus b square. After this a square minus time of b square and iota square is equal to minus 1 divided by a square and plus b square. In numerator we are left with a square plus b square, in denominator we are left with a square plus b square. They are cancelled out with each other. It gives us a real number 0, and imaginary number, here we have not imaginary number, so we can suppose it, let's suppose 0. So this is the order pair form. 1 and 0 will be the right option, option number D. Here we have z, let's suppose a complex number a plus iota b, and the formula for the multiplicative inverse is a by a square plus b square. This is the real part, and the imaginary part is minus b over a square plus b square. Now just added a minus b iota. Here we can take iota in the combined form or compact form over a square plus b square. Now multiply this multiplicative inverse a minus b iota over a square plus b square with this complex number according to the condition. It will give us a value 1 and 0, so the correct option is option number D. Now move toward MCQ number 30. It tells that vectors ai plus 2j minus k, vector bi minus 2j plus k, vector c lambda I plus j minus lambda k. These are non-coplanar vector except for 4 options. Move towards the solution. and we are going to find coplanar vector. How can we find a coplanar vector? Let's suppose a vector is I plus 2j minus k. Their component, their coefficient are 1, coefficient 2, coefficient minus 1. Here the coefficient are 1. Here the coefficient is minus 2. Here the coefficient are 1. Here the coefficient of I is lambda. Here the coefficient of j is 1. Here the coefficient of k is minus lambda. Remember that the dot product of the three vector a dot b dot c will always be equal to 0 for the coplanar vector. Now we are going to find the determinant for lambda. So it means that we will, let's suppose we expand it by row 1, expand with r1. So cross r1 for 1, it will cross r1, and column number 1 we are left with minus 2, 1, 1 and negative lambda. Here we have minus 2, and we will cross second column and first row. We are left with 1, 1 lambda and minus lambda. After this, we have plus minus plus, so it becomes minus 1. Cross this column and this row, we are left with 1 minus 2 lambda and 1, and here is equal to 0. After simplification, it will give us a 2 lambda minus 1. It gives us minus 2 time of minus lambda, and here minus lambda. After this, minus 1 time of 1 and plus 2 lambda is equal to 0. After this, it gives us 2 lambda minus 1 and plus 2 lambda, and after this plus 2 lambda, and minus 1 and minus 2 lambda is equal to 0. 2 lambda minus 2 lambda are cancelled with each other. After this, 2 lambda plus 2 lambda gives us 4 lambda. After this, minus 1 and minus 1, it gives us a value minus 2. Minus 1 and minus 1, we are left with no element, so it means that 4 lambda is equal to 2. So the value of lambda is equal to 1 over 2. So they tell in the given question that these three vectors are non-coplanar. So non-coplanar means that the vector must be a coplanar. So for the coplanar vector, the lambda is equal to 1 over 2. So it means that for the option number C, the vector will be non-coplanar. Lambda is equal to 1 over 2. Now move toward MCQ number 31. Centroid divide each median in the ratio 1:2, 1:1, 3:1, and 2:1. Centroid is just like this. This is a centroid, and this is the end center, which is called a centroid. So it divides each median in the ratio 2:1, so the correct option is option D. After this, MCQ number 32 tells that the nth term of the sequence 4 minus 8, 16 minus 32 will be 4. Options are given. Let's suppose I choose option number D, which is minus 1 power n and 2 power n. Let's suppose I put 2 over here, so it becomes minus 1 power, replace n with 2. So it becomes 2 power n is 2, and here is also 2. Minus 1 power 2 gives us 1, and 2 power 2 gives us 4, so result is 4. Here the result is 4. Now after this, I put 3 over here. It becomes minus 1 power 3 and 2 power 3. Minus 1 power 3 gives us minus 1, and 2 power 3 gives us 8. The whole result is minus 8. After this, put 4 here, so it becomes minus 1 power 4, and after this 2 power 4. Minus 1 power 4 gives us 1, and 2 power 4 gives us 16, so the result is 16. After this, put 5 over here. It will becomes minus 1 multiply 2 power 5 gives us 32, so the result is minus 32. It means that this sequence is satisfied by the option number T, so the correct option number D, so the correct option will be option number D. Now move toward MCQs number 33. It tells that the number of integers that end in 5 between 100 and 600 are 300, 200 and 550, 150. Move towards a solution of this MCQ number 33. Number of integers that end in 5 between 100 and 600. Between 100 and 600, that tells that write those integers which is end with 5. So after 100 we have 105 that end with 5. After this we have 115. After this we have 125, 135, and move to 595 in between. So 600 less number is 595, which ended 5, and the maximum number after 100 is 105, which ended 5. So this is the arithmetic sequence. So why? Because the difference in between each and every term is same. 115 minus 105 is equal to 10, and also 135 minus 125 is equal to 10. This is the difference, common difference, which is same in between each and every successive terms. Now after this, the first term a1 is equal to 105, and the last term of this sequence is 595, and that is that number of integer. Find the number of integer. So an is equal to a1 plus n minus 1d. This formula I will use. An is the last term 595 is equal to a1. a1 is 105, which is the first term, plus n is find out because n is the number of terms that we are going to find out, and d is the common difference, which is 10. So after this 595 minus 105, because 105 will shift to the left hand side, it becomes 105, negative 105 is equal to 10 multiply n gives us 10, and 10 multiply negative 1 gives us minus 10. 595 minus 100 gives us 495, and minus 5 it gives us 490. So 490 and shift minus 10 to the right and left hand side, it becomes plus 10 is equal to 10n. So after this 10n is equal to 490 plus 10 gives us 500. Divide both sides with 10, so it will give us the value of n is equal to 50. So the number of integer that end in 5 between 100 and 650. So the correct option is option D. Now move toward MCQ number 34. It tells that a line ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 will be perpendicular to the y-axis only when a is equal to 0, b is equal to 0, negative a by b is equal to infinity, and c is equal to 0. So move toward the solution of this MCQ number 34. We have ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 will be perpendicular to the y-axis. So it will be perpendicular to the y-axis only when the x-axis are 0. How can we make the x-axis 0? By putting a 0. So by putting a 0, it becomes 0 multiply x of plus by plus c is equal to 0. So it gives us 0. So we are left with by plus c is equal to 0. So we are left with y is equal to negative c by b. So the required equation in case of y, so it means that the equation or the line is parallel to this y-axis only when the value of a is equal to 0. So the correct option is option number A. It will parallel to the x-axis when the value of b is equal to 0. So the correct option in this case is option number A. Now move toward MCQ number 35. It tells that equation of tangent at a point x1 y1 to the circle x square plus y square is equal to a square will be 4 options are given. Now move toward solution of MCQ number 35. We have an equation of circle given x square plus y square is equal to a square at a point x1 and y1, and they are talking about finding the equation of tangent to this circle equation. First we are going to differentiate this equation with respect to x. So the derivative of x square with respect to x is 2x. Derivative of y square with respect to x is 2y, y dash is dy by dx is equal to the derivative of a constant is 0. So it will give us y dash is equal to negative x divided by y. Now we have x is x1, so put x1 over here, and y is y1, so put y1 over here. After this, we have equation y is equal to mx and plus c. Y is equal to y1 over here is equal to m is a slope, which is minus x1 divided by y1, and here x is actually x1 and plus c. So after this multiply, we can write as y1 hit her by moving to the left hand side, it becomes plus x1 square over y1, x1 square over y1 is equal to, then let's suppose this is our c. Now y is equal to mx plus c is the required tangent equation. So our y value will be equal to m is minus x1 divided by y1, our x will come down the same, and plus c is c we can multiply and divide y1, so it becomes y1 square over y1 plus x square over y1. So it becomes y1 square or x1 square plus y1 square divided by y1. Now multiply y1 to the both side, it becomes y1 is equal to minus x1 and x square. So x1 it becomes y, here it is y, and multiply y1 y1, and it becomes minus x and x1, and plus it becomes x1 square and plus y1 square. X square plus a square, it is actually equal to the a square. So put a square over here, and minus x1, x shift to the left hand side, it becomes x1 plus y1 is equal to x1 square plus y1 square is equal to a square. So this is the required tangent equation to the circle. X1 plus y1 is equal to a square. So the correct option is option D. Now move toward MCQ number 36. So which of the following are the elements of parabola x minus h whole square is equal to negative 4p multiply y minus q? 4 options are given. Remember, this parabola is along y-axis. We will look on the right hand side on the negative 4p. Here it is y-axis, which means that the parabola it is along y-axis, or positive y-axis or negative y-axis. But here it is negative, so it means that the parabola will tend toward negative y-axis. So it means that our y will be k. Our y will be k. Here we have x is equal to k. So this is the wrong option. Along x-axis we have h, not k. Here we have along y-axis k not HO, so it is also the wrong option. Along y-axis we have k, so this is the wrong. Along x-axis we have HO, not the k, so this is also the wrong option. We have either B, right option, or either D. After this, we are looking at the directrix of the parabola. The parabola, it is along y-axis, so the parabola will be y is equal to k minus p, k minus p. So here it is x is equal to h minus p. Parabola, it is along y-axis, not along x-axis. So this is the wrong option. Our correct option will be option number B. So the right option for the 36 MCQs, 36 number MCQs is option number B. Now move toward MCQ number 30. Which one of the 37? Which one of the following differential equation is linear? We have four equation are given, and they are talking about that which equation out of these four is linear. Remember, the first equation is non-linear. That's why the conversion of this non-linear equation into linear form is not easy. This is very difficult. So it means that option number A is non-linear homogeneous differential equation. Option number B is a linear differential equation. Why this is linear differential equation? Because here x and dy by dx is multiplication. Remember, when x independent variable is multiplied with dy by dx, this type of equation will be called linear equation. So it means that this option is correct too. And after this, when exponential function comes in a differential equation, that type of differential equation is converted into non-linear differential equation. So it means that this is also non-differential equation. After this, when the degree comes on the order of the differential equation dy by dx on the differential, this type of differential equation is also called non-linear differential equation. So the correct option is option number B for the MCQ number 37. Now move toward MCQ number 38. It tells that a polygon region lies in the x greater than or equal to 0 or y greater than or equal to 0. Is the option number A is bounded, B is half plane, and option number C is feasible region, and the last option is unbounded. Bounded and unbounded is actually the types of feasible region. So x greater than or equal to 0 and y greater than or equal to 0, this is like just in feasible region. So the correct option is option number C. Option 39, our MCQ tells that which of the following function is homogeneous. We have four options given. This is cos inverse x, this is tangent inverse x, and this is sin inverse x. Remember, all the trigonometric functions, these are non-homogeneous linear differential equation. These are not the homogeneous differential equation. So it means that the correct option will be option C, which is the only and merely homogeneous differential equation. So the correct option is option C for MCQ number 39. Move to MCQ number 40. It tells that figure having 9 diagonals is called option A is pentagon, hexagon, nonagon, and octagon. Octagons are those figures having 8-sided, nonagon having 9-sided, hexagon having 6-sided, and pentagon having 5-sided. But they are talking about 9-sided. So the correct option will be nonagon, option number C for MCQ number 40. Now move toward MCQ number 41. It tells that during expansion of 3 by 2 x square minus 2 x square by 3 whole power 12, the term will be independent of x for the value of r is equal to 5, r is equal to 7, r is equal to 6, and r is equal to 8. Move toward the solution of this binomial expansion. We have a function given, so the formula is t r plus 1 is equal to n combination r ncr a power n minus r b power r. Here the value of a is 3 by 2. X square can be moved to the numerator, it becomes x power minus 2. So a is 3 by 2, x power minus 2. And the value of b is minus 2 by 3 and x power 2. And the value of n is equal to power 12. So using these values over here, it becomes a ncr. So n is 12. So 12 cr a power n minus r. So a is 3x power minus 2 divided by 2 whole a power n minus r. So a is 3 by 2 x power minus 2 power n minus r. So n is 12 minus r. B power r. B is minus 2 by 3 x square and power r. Now by simplification, it will give us 12 cr 3 by 2 power 12 minus r, and after this x power minus 2 and power 12 minus r. And after this minus 2 by 3 power r, and after this x power 2 r. Now here from here the bases of x are same, so it means that 12 cr 3 by 2 power 12 minus r x power it multiply minus 2 by 12, it gives us minus 24, and minus minus gives us plus 2r, and here it will give us x power 2r, and here it is minus 2 by 3 power r. Remember, for the term independent, we will equalize this x is equal to the x power 0, because in independent we have the x power is equal to 0, and make it equalize to this x power minus 24 plus 2r, and here the power of x is 2r, so add this 2r with the exponent. So after this it will be equal to the bases on the both sides are same, so the power will also be same, so 0 is equal to minus 24 plus 2r gives us 4r, so the result will be 4r is equal to 24. So the value of r is equal to 6. So for the value of r is equal to 6, option number C, the term will be independent of x. Now move toward MCQ number 42. It tells that if f is a function from x to y is a 1, 1 and onto function, the function will be called, remember, 1, 1 and onto both are called bijective function, while the onto function is called surjective function, while the 1, 1 and into function combination is called injective function. But here it's talking about 1, 1 and onto, so it means that the correct option is bijective function, option number C. Move toward MCQ number 43. The non-negative constraints of a linear programming help us in taking option number B is the correct option. It is help in decision. Move toward MCQ number 44. A solution of inequality 3x minus 2 greater than or equal to 8 plus 5x will be 4 options are given. So taking the given inequality 3x minus 2 greater than or equal to 8 plus 5x. Shift 5x to the left hand side, it becomes a 3x minus 5x greater or equal to 8. Shift minus 2 to the right hand side, it becomes plus 2. 3x minus 5x gives us minus 2x greater than or equal to 8 plus 2 gives us a value 10. After this, multiply negative with the both sides, it becomes a 2x, so inequality will reverse, so it is less than or equal to, and it becomes minus 10. After this, it will be equal to x less than or equal to minus 5. So it means that the solution will be less than minus 5, mean minus 5, minus 6, minus 7, it goes to negative infinity. So minus 5 towards negative infinity will be our answer. But remember, here with minus 5 we will bring a close bracket because this is a constant number and it doesn't change. But here minus infinity is not the specific number, it moves on and moves on. That's why we will bring over here open bracket because this is not a specific number. So our option will be minus 5 to minus infinity. This is not the correct option. Our option will be option number A. So the correct option is option A number for the MCQs number 44. Now move toward MCQ number 45. It tells that the differential equation of a family of a curve x square plus y square is equal to C arrow circle passing a straight line passing through the origin, ellipse and straight line. Remember, x square plus y square is equal to a square are the equation of circle. So here we have C not a square. It means that the first option is incorrect. After this, it is a straight line passing through the origin, so this option is also wrong because if here we have taken the derivative, it will give us minus x by y, and if we put 0 by 0, this is indeterminate form. It means that the second option is also wrong, and it is also not the equation of ellipse. So for the equation of ellipse, we have formula x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. Here doesn't have this equation. It means that the ellipse is also not a correct option. Our right option is a straight line. So the correct option for MCQ number 45 is option number D. Move to the last MCQs of ETEA 2020 engineering test. It tells that a differential equation of a family of a curve cos x cos hy hyperbolic function of y is equal to C will be 4 options are given. So taking the given cos x cos hy differential equation is equal to C. Cos x cos hy is equal to C. Now after this, I am taking the derivative of both sides. So using using product rule on the left hand side. So first function, derivative of the second function is sin hy y dash plus cos hy, and taking the derivative of cos x, which is equal to negative sin x, it becomes negative sin x is equal to the derivative of a constant is 0. Shift this side to the right hand side, it becomes a cos h sin hy y dash is equal to, it becomes a cos of hy and sin x. Divide both sides with cos of x and sin hy, cos x sin hy, cos of x and sin time of hy. So cos x sin hy will cancel out the left hand side, we are left with y dash. It means that y dash is equal to dy by dx is equal to the cos hy by sin hy gives us a tangent hy, and sin x by cos x it gives us a tangent x. So this is the required dy by dx differential equation of tangent x and tangent hy. So here tangent x and here cotangent, not tangent. Tangent hy, this is also a wrong option. And after this cotangent x a tangent hy. So this is also a wrong option. After this we can write it minus tangent x and cotangent. This is also the wrong options. Our correct option is none. So some of the MCQs in ETEA 2020 were wrong. That's why the correct option will be marked E in that type of wrong MCQs. So with this MCQs, I finish my lecture. Thank you for watching. Subscribe my channel and also hit the bell icon to receive each and every easy and upcoming notification about mathematics. Thank you.